Assalamu alaikum. Welcome everyone to this session. I hope you enjoyed what you have attended so far and continue enjoying this one as well. My name is Abdul Latif and I am the Director of Emirates Green Building Council. Now I will share with you our net zero story, which I hope inspires you. In 2015, 196 countries came together and adopted the historic Paris Agreement, which is about reducing global warming and building resilience to climate change. The overall goal was to limit warming to no more than 1.5 degrees Celsius. Between years 2015 and 2017, parties to the agreement began submitting climate action plans, which are known as Nationally Determined Contributions, or NDCs. Initial commitments, even if fully implemented, would only be enough to slow warming to 3 degrees. Urgent calls for action and ambition gained momentum as the plans would not stop catastrophic impacts. Between years 2020 and 2021, in the lead-up to COP26 climate talks, countries have begun their indices to strengthen climate action. With science affirming a shrinking window of opportunities, the plans must include urgent actions to cut carbon emissions and reach net zero by 2050. But before all this, and in 2006, Emirates Green Building Council was formed in the United Arab Emirates by visionary professionals with the goal of advancing green building principles for protecting the environment and ensuring sustainability in the United Arab Emirates. Since its inception, there have been significant changes in the attitudes and demands related to the sustainable built environment, which we see through our members and other stakeholders in the United Arab Emirates. Later in 2014, Emirates Green Building Council joined UN Global Compact voluntary initiative to implement universal sustainability principles, acting as a role as an example to its members and the wider stakeholders to encourage everyone to take serious actions towards global warming and climate change. Now, I would like to go through some milestones in our net zero story. Starting in 2017, we launched what is the UAE's first nearly zero energy building report, which I'll come through later. In 2018, we launched the Net Zero Center of Excellence. In the same year, we joined World Green Building Council Advancing Net Zero Task Force. All this as a commitment from the Green Building Council towards net zero. In 2019, Emirates Green Building Council's MENA Green Building Awards launched a new award category for zero buildings. In 2020, we joined the World Green Building Council Net Zero Carbon Buildings Commitment. In 2021, we launched the first embedded carbon case study in the United Arab Emirates. And in the same year, we created the Embedded Carbon Working Group. Now, let me highlight some of these milestones and give more details about it. Starting with the Nearly Zero Energy Building Report. This report had main objectives, which are review existing definitions of low, zero, and positive energy buildings. Secondly, identify factors and parameters which can help define nearly zero energy buildings, with a particular focus on the UAE and the region at large. Finally, recommend a suitable definition for nearly zero energy buildings in the UAE based on analysis of best practice projects. As a part of this study, Emirates GBC approached its corporate members, partners, and standout projects requesting masked data on best practice low energy projects, and to evaluate the market readiness and feasibility of nearly zero energy buildings in the UAE. We also approached building experts to complete a survey on their understanding of the concept of nearly zero energy buildings. I'd like to invite everyone to read the report by visiting our website, emiratesgbc.org, where you can find this report. It's freely available and easily accessible. Also, Emirates Green Building Council decided to establish what we call the Net Zero Center of Excellence. This center provides leadership through its Net Zero Center of Excellence programs. It is a think tank and accelerator combining multiple pathways advancing the net zero agenda. The Center of Excellence also provides a platform for governments, academia, civil society, and the private sector to learn and share knowledge on net zero buildings. So alone, we cannot do it. We need to bring together all different stakeholders with all experience, with all backgrounds, and with different interests to come together. The Center of Excellence will support future building regulations and offer tools to advance the net zero movement in the UAE. In 2013, Emirates Green Building Council launched its MENA Awards with the objective to help establish a regional model for the built environment that is world-class. And in 2019, a new category was added, and this was for zero buildings. Since the establishment of this new category and until 2021, 6 applications received and 3 winners announced. It has become one of the largest gatherings of industrial professionals and researchers who are focused on promoting sustainable built environment. And as we strongly believe in net zero, the addition of this category was to promote and to encourage everyone to seriously consider net zero in their buildings. We look forward this year for more applications on net zero buildings. We also did a case study on embedded carbon, and this case study involved a carbon assessment for a mall based here in the UAE using the ISO 140/2006 methodologies for stages A1 to A4. A total of 13 groups of materials were considered for the final embedded carbon analysis, and overall 14% embedded carbon savings is achieved, and this is when comparing the embedded carbon emissions of a base case scenario with no carbon reduction measures, i.e. assuming no recycled or low carbon contents. A 21% reduction is seen when considering only the superstructure of the building. Again, I invite you to read the report on our website. So the story ends here? Of course not, and the story continues. In October 2021, the government of the United Arab Emirates announced its vision to become a net zero nation by 2050. with this ambitious strategy, it asks everyone, private, government, and even individuals in the country to take role in achieving this strategic goal. Emirates Green Building Council, with its members and partners, will continue collaboration with all relevant stakeholders to help achieve this national target of net zero emissions by 2050. We also work with our regional and global networks to inspire others in the world, including the region, who can follow similar steps, but also can come up with new ideas that we also can learn from. The point here is that we should all act now. There's no time to delay. There's no time really to hesitate. And as we see every day, reports coming from different organizations, institutions, research institutions as well, asking for immediate action, for serious action, and for changing the way we think, the way we do things, the way we construct our buildings as well. This planet is not only for this generation, but it's also for our sons, grandsons, and the future generation. So we should work from now to maintain a healthy planet for everyone and for the long term and for the long time. I hope with this very short story you learned something, or at least you got inspired to do something. And I also invite you to visit our website, communicate with us if you have ideas, if you have lessons that we'd like also to learn from you. World GBC and the Green Building Councils in all countries are the good platform to exchange such information, such knowledge, and such experience. Once again, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your attention. And thank you for being with us in this initiative by the World Green Building Council. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day and you learn more by listening to others. Thank you again and have a nice day. Goodbye. Assalamu alaikum.